All hail Biafra. This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please like, share, and comment.
You guys have seen the news, say they don't arrest this guy, General the Yahoo, but there's a problem. And the problem lies in this video.
And if Hopo Sodema is denying that he did not have any meeting with Janto and with my master and not the rest of the commanders, if Hopo Sodema swear over this, Hopo Sodema must die. And I am standing, making the word and our people to understand the kind of evil man that Hopo Sodema is. Standing firmly and standing gidigam, telling our people this. If Hopo Sodema did not have meeting with me and my master, with other commanders, let I know be.
Now, after watching this video, my question is this. Did the Nigerian army arrest General the Yahoo because of all the atrocities when they commit, or because he not start to dey call names? Do you understand? Because as short as this video carry a lot of weight. Carry a lot of weight. This guy, they allege, say go get meeting with the present governor of Imo State, Hope Odidika Uzodinma. Do you understand? And he even went further to say Hope Uzodinma should come out and swear. Now, I'm curious about the kind of meeting that the governor is having with these guys. These guys that are being linked with kidnapping and buying of people. He even went further to say Hope Uzodinma had a meeting with him and other commanders with the master. Boom, now they don't arrest the guy. It's suspicious, right? It's suspicious. Now, what if you say, like, say this guy started to talk because they don't betray him? Maybe one agreement is not go the way it's supposed to go. But yeah, they say they don't arrest him. But again, another thing is this. Was there really terrorism? Most of these guys now sponsored, they sponsor them. I don't watch, you say this General the Yahoo, and they watching videos steady. You go know, say this guy now sponsor, they sponsor him. There's nothing like it. You go know, say they sponsor the guy. Do you understand? You won't know. It's clear on all these videos. Go and watch them. Do you understand? It's clear. Now make it make sense. How did this guy get this kind of gun for a side bush? How? Did they plug gun for tree? Did they plug bullets for tree? There are a lot of questions that when you ask, if you connect all the dots, you will understand that a lot of these things are not real. What people don't understand is that just the way, if they ask you, what do you do for a living? Right? You say, oh, I am a banker. I am an entrepreneur. That's how some people's business is Nigeria. What do you do for a living? Nigeria is what they do for a living. To cause problem and to make sure Nigeria does not work. And that's how they make their own money and benefit from it. And I'm talking about politics, politicians. Do you understand? Now let's go back again. Where this guy get all these guns from? Who can give him all these kind of guns? Now army if you bring them come this country. Now army if you bring all these guns come this country, or police. Now military in general. So how did he get to his hand? That's another thing. This guy don't commit. Now there's a particular video where been go viral that time where we say 3 guys they for ground. He blast them, he just shoot them, back. No 2 nowhere cloth for ground. In the talk, I don't want to just play the video because of community guidelines. Now in that video, in face no show. The guy face no show, but if you hear the voice actually they similar, right? The face no show they similar. So this guy don't they commit 1 or 2 things since. When I don't link him to insurgency, kidnapping and all, but I no go carry him. He start to the call name now, they go carry him. That's number 1. Number 2, also now give him peace deal as well. Because even if you give that guy for casting a peace deal, there's nothing people cannot do again in this country. You are giving a man that has been linked to buying a lot of civilians in Nigeria, a lot of citizens in Nigeria, both women and children. That's where they link to kidnappings. That's where we say in all of this, a lot of lives of our own Nigerian army, our own military men go down. They give them peace deal. I dey watch the video, I just dey shake my head. That's why pack cartridge, pack bullets, full body. They talk. I dey watch am, I just dey shake. I dey laugh. I say no. If you look at it critically, you will understand that when they tell you that there's insurgency in Nigeria, yes, we have to quote it like that when we want to make our video. Do you understand? Or when we want to talk against it, or when we want to talk about it. But do these things really exist? Do you understand? They say, oh, they go arrest one kidnapper, they go arrest one Boko Haram member. Who brought them in before? Who bring Boko Haram before? Who bring them in? The only time where all these politicians want me to pipe those boys now, when those boys don't rebel against them. When the boys don't get carried away, the tools where them bring, where they will take use them, they do politics for them. The boys don't start to use them for their own thing. At that time, now in government they ready. But anyways, we are not going to talk about that. My own be say, the question is this. Should we arrest General Yahoo because he don't commit a lot of atrocities? We want to link in name too? Or because he don't start to call name when no supposed to call? You know, that's just my harmless question. Or is it that he's lying against the governor? Is it possible that the governor did not have any meeting with him, or he's just lying, or he's just saying it? Like, I want to know. I'm really curious. What meeting is he talking about? What was discussed in this meeting? You know, it is to ask, bro. This country, anyways. Peace and love.
As if there's a clarion call for everybody and anybody to deal with people with Biafran extractions. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to come your way. I'm really happy to interact with us. Yeah, for this audio this morning, this audio is going to be, I'm not always interested in things like this, but I have to say it because I've seen what is happening. There seems to be a pattern. There seems to be a pattern in this unfolding story. But let me go into the story first of all. When I tell you the story, then I'll tell you my perspective and my perception about what has happened. Let's go into the story. Ladies and gentlemen, reports had emerged on Tuesday claiming notorious commander. So they said, I'm going to quote verbatim what they are saying so that it's not my words for this, because of course I may not want to call this man what they want to call him. But let's just hear what the rhetorics are. The reports had emerged on Tuesday claiming notorious commander of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB in bracket, and its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network, ESN in bracket, identified as Ifeanyi Eze Okorienta, popularly known as Gentle the Yahoo, was arrested by troops of the Nigerian army. According to the viral reports, the wanted ESN commander was captured by troops of the 34th Artillery Brigade in a joint operation with sister security agencies at his hideout in Akuyube, Okigwe local government area of Imo State. Ladies and gentlemen, hear this clearly. Hear this clearly. Pay attention. Yes. However, checked by Zagazola Makama revealed that the Nigerian Army has made no such announcements through its official channels, including the Directorate of Army Public Relations, in bracket DAPR, or 34th Artillery Brigade, Obinza. Zagazola, a security expert, described claims of Gentle the Yahoo's capture as false and fabricated. He said, no verified security or credible media outlet has reported the arrest of any IPOB ESN commander with the name Ifeanyi Eze Okorienta or alias Gentle the Yahoo. Zagazola, advises the public to rely only on verified military statements and credible news sources for updates on security operations, Zagazola stated. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Army says its troops rescued 11 kidnapped victims and recorded several operational successes against terrorists, bandits, and other criminal groups in coordinated operations across the country within the last 24 hours. The Army troops of 34th Artillery Brigade, in a joint operation with sister services and security agencies, raided the hideout of a notorious IPOB ESN kingpin, Ifeanyi Eze Okorienta, also known as Gentle the Yahoo, at Aku Iyube in Okigwe local government area of Imo State. The army disclosed that although no contact was made, troops recovered one uh, English pistol, 120 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, 25 rounds of 7.62 mm NATO, one cartridge, 6 mobile phones, military and police uniforms, and the German flag. Troops also uncovered a workshop used for dismantling stolen vehicles for resale and destroyed 10 motorcycles found at the scene. According to the army, troops also rescued 5 kidnapped victims in Madagali local government area of Adamawa and another 5 at Kukasheka ward in Malumfashi local government area of Katsina State. 2 other victims were rescued in Lokoja local government area of Kogi State. Army said soldiers neutralized 2 terrorists in separate encounters in Katsina, recovering an AK-47 rifle, ammunition, and a motorcycle. In Benue, troops neutralized one violent extremist and recovered a mobile phone and assorted charms, while 11 suspects were arrested in different locations across Benue, Kogi, and Kaduna states for armed robbery, gun running, and violent extremist activities. The army attributed the operational successes, to uh, sustain collaboration between the Nigerian army and sister services and other security agencies. Also speaking to Sahara reporters, the army stressed that while confirmation of Gentle the Yahoo's death was still pending, the operation significantly weakened his gang. Quote, we just have to wait and get confirmation. We are in the process of confirming whether he's among those killed, but there is no escape for him, the army said. We cannot say categorically at this time that he was killed or he found a way to escape. In the fullness of time, the true situation will be confirmed, and we will tell Nigerians the exact situation and confirm whether Gentle the Yahoo has been killed or not. Ladies and gentlemen, this post, this so-called brouhaha, this so-called viral news concerning the man they call Gentle the Yahoo, otherwise known, of course, as otherwise known as uh, otherwise known as Ifeanyi is a Okorienta, otherwise known as Gentle the Yahoo. That's what they call him. Ladies and gentlemen, all this storyline, all this so-called viral news, all this so-called, wider claims, clapping and, clinking of champagne glasses, claiming they have arrested an Igbo, an ESN fighter, a so-called notorious IPOB mercenary, all have been described as false news, false and terribly, terribly, completely lacking in truth. Ladies and gentlemen, I decided to make this story, to make this audio because I want us to be in the know that this Yoruba media, this so-called zoo media, these people who have a pathological kind of hatred for the Igbos have not relented. They are every other day showing it in any way they can. They want to prove to the Biafrans, they want to show the Biafrans that they'll do everything and everything to cut them to size. You can imagine all the vehemence. You can imagine all the virality. You can imagine how it has gone viral, trending in all mass media, the screaming, celebrating, and all the agog celebrations because, of course, the Yoruba media, the so-called, false narratives of the Nigerian government have continued, to stress the news, spread the news and stress the news that a Biafran warlord has been arrested. Ladies and gentlemen, let's tell ourselves the truth. We like calling the truth, a spade is spade, not an agricultural instrument. The truth of the matter is the so-called Mr. Ifeanyi is a Okorienta, is a peaceful, loving IPOP protester. Let me tell you, you may not know that the man has not killed anybody. Everything